Alright guys, just San here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the physical Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO. Because I do want to start checking out some of the heroes units, or at least some of the hyper heroes units. And, you know, physical Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO is pretty hype. This was the last VEGITO we actually got in Dokkan, not including EZAs. Which is just crazy to think about. Dokkan, you got to give VEGITO some love. We need a new summonable LR, you know, relatively soon. Because this guy is like, what, a little over 2 years old? And this was the last VEGITO we got. That's just crazy. But yeah, I do want to check out the Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO, and then within the next couple days, we'll check out the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s. We might check out Hearts. But then after that, I really got no idea who we're going to showcase, because Dokkan is really dry right now, so there's not much to make videos on other than showcases. So if you guys want to see a showcase on anyone, make sure you let me know in the comments. And yeah, before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, keep in mind there are timestamps in the video, so if you want to skip around to any part, then absolutely feel free to do that. And yeah, let's get right into it. So on this opening rotation, we are going to have 4 out of 7 links. So in terms of links, we're looking pretty good. We don't have Sand Roar, though, which is a bit of attack and defense. So just keep that in mind. We'll get that once we have them linked up next to the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta from the 7th year anniversary. But all right, our defense is 160k right here. So that's pretty much it defensively in terms of just his start of turn defensive stat. This guy doesn't really build up or anything, so that's just how it's going to look throughout the fight. Obviously, that's not really the greatest, especially considering we do have some support from the AGL VEGITO. Now, this guy does get 30% defense on Super, so then after we get the 30% defensive raise, we're going to be, what, like, almost 300k, or like 250k defense, actually. So, yeah, not really the greatest, right? I mean, even that isn't that good. But he does have a 50% chance to evade enemy super attack and counter with tremendous power. Now, that is an evasion. That's not a nullification. So if the enemy does cancel dodge, you can't get that off. But it's still pretty useful because, you know, you will avoid taking a lot of damage because, as you saw, this guy's defense doesn't really get that crazy. So getting the counter off, you know, it's going to be some damage. And also, you're avoiding a lot of damage. So definitely just a good thing overall. But right there, his attack stat, yeah, like a little over 3 million. That ain't gonna cut it. This guy does not have any built-in crits or additionals, so unfortunately, not a lot really going on with him. You know, he's just aged, right? Like I said, he's like 2 years old, so of course he hasn't really, or he's not really holding up the best now because he released before the 7th year anniversary, which, you know, brought the 200% meta, the red zone events and all that. So this guy was really good on release, but just because he doesn't have anything like guard or you know, dodge, or well, he does have dodge, but it's only for supers and it's a 50% chance. But he doesn't have like, you know, damage reduction or anything like that. You know, he just kind of aged pretty poorly. If his defensive stat was, I don't know, maybe just a little bit higher, and maybe he had some built-in additionals, then I feel like he'd be pretty useful because he is a support as well. He supports crossover category allies for 1 key and 20% attack and defense. And then grade 8 power category allies get 1 key and 20% attack and defense as well. So if he's on the if he's on Dragon Ball Heroes team or a crossover team, you know, he's going to be supporting a lot of people because a lot of the top tier Dragon Ball Heroes units are on grade 8 power as well. So definitely, I mean, he can be useful on that team. But other than that, you're not really going to make much use out of the support. I mean, grade 8 power, maybe you'll support a couple of units here and there. You know, some Super Saiyan 4s are thrown on the team. I mean, in this scenario, we're going to be supporting the LR Super Saiyan 4s, so I guess that's good, but it's only 20% attack and defense and 1 key, which is still good, but you know what I'm saying, like, it's a little less useful. But anyway, right here, a little bit of a jump in terms of our defense because we do have some extra support. I'm going to go ahead and throw him in slot 1 so we can make sure he kills. Yeah, we'll keep him there with the Go Tanks. They share 4 out of 7 links. Once again, you know, we have double support too. So pretty good turn from overall. After we super, we are going to be approaching 300k defense with that 50% chance to evade enemy super attack. And 3.5 million attacks. That, yeah, this guy's damage really isn't that good. Even on release, I mean, they had to have known this was pretty bad damage, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, because even 2 years ago, a 3.5 million attack stat isn't that good. And I mean, keep in mind, 200% leader skill. You know, he's rainbowed, level 10 links. So this is a really good situation for him. And he's not even pushing 4 million. So, yeah, not really too sure about his damage there. I feel like that definitely should be higher. But his defense is understandably low because back then, what, almost 300k defense with a 50% chance to dodge supers was, like, really crazy. But yeah, we did bring the 5th year anniversary Vegito on the team. So we haven't gotten any new Vegitos, but in terms of Easy A Vegitos, you know, we've had this guy and the physical Vegito, which the physical one was a little iffy. He wasn't the greatest, but this guy is just a monster. I mean, global, once we get him, you know, we'll see. He's so insane, dude. They really went all out with the 5th year anniversary LRs in terms of their Easy A, which I'm really happy about, because if there was an Easy A I wouldn't want them to fumble, it would be that. But alright, right here we are going to have Sand Roar activated, and we still have some support. So our defense is 181k, so pretty good. Well, not really. I don't know why I'm saying that's pretty good. It's not. I mean, even after the 30% buff on super, not really going to get too high. But I guess if you build this guy full additionals, you could get 20 additional with him because he is physical. So, of course, he has the base 5 additional. And then you could get the double super. And then with the double super, he can push 400k defense with a 50% chance to evade enemy supers. And I'll say this. If you use him correctly, you could probably get away with bringing him in a red zone stage with type advantage. You have to make sure he has type advantage, though, because type neutral or type disadvantage, this guy is not taking anything. I mean, we'll see. I'll bring him versus probably Omega Shenron. We'll see how good he's looking in the first phase because he has type advantage, and then the final phase because he has type advantage yet again. But that STR phase in the middle, man, he's going to get destroyed in there. Hopefully we can get a super attack counter off, though, because I haven't gotten that in the video yet. But if we don't, it's cool. We'll get it when we fight Omega Shenron, because I'll make sure I get it in the video. Unless we're just getting, like, really unlucky. I mean, look, you'd think, you know, 50% chance, pretty reliable. But I'm telling you, when you do a showcase on units, like, your luck sometimes just becomes horrible. Just, like, out of the blue. Like, it's the weirdest thing. But anyway, right here. Okay, 4 million. So once we get some more links activated, the attack stat definitely does jump up. But still, even 4 million without any crits or any additionals built in, just a little low, you know? Just a little low. But, okay, I mean, honestly, that's really it with this guy. He doesn't build up to anything else. He just has the support, which we already mentioned, which, you know, is pretty useful to an extent. And then he has the high chance to evade enemy super, and then that's really it. And then the 30% defense on super, right? So, I mean, just not really the greatest unit. I guess as a lead, if you have to run a crossover team or a Dragon Ball Heroes team, it could work, because he leads that for 170%. But then at that point, it really just depends on where you're bringing him. Because if you're taking on a difficult, like, just event in general, running 2 of this guy, no. No way, dude. No way you're going to be able to get away with that. Even one of him is probably not going to slide. So, overall, I just think this guy's aged a lot. Now that I'm looking at it, or looking at his stats and stuff, you know, considering we got support, he's Rainbow Link level 10. The highest attack stat we've seen was 4 million. Not really that impressive. I think a way they could have made this guy do a lot more damage without outright giving him, like, just more attack buffs would have just been give him counters, right? Because a lot of Vegitos typically have counters. They could have given him that, maybe a medium chance to crit, and then 30% damage reduction on normals. And this guy would have still been really good even now. But it was 2 years ago, so maybe giving him that would have been a little bit too much. But anyway, right here, 175k defense. I can already tell you our attack stats probably going to be like, I don't know, 4 million on the dot. So we don't really got to showcase this rotation because he's going to look very consistent. Because again, he does not build up or anything. So with all that shown, we can go ahead and cut to the red zone test and see how good he's looking in there. Alright, so we're here in the Omega Shenron fight. We got a pretty solid opening rotation. We are going to have 5 out of 7 links. So definitely looking pretty good there. We got some support from the AGL Vegito. I had to switch up the team just a little so we can survive Omega Shenron. But I don't know, this team still has some units that could get destroyed. I mean, AGL Vegito isn't really the craziest. Unfortunately, Physical Super Vegito's Easy A wasn't as good as it could have been. So the STR phase can definitely destroy him if we get caught. And then, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I mean, he could get destroyed, but, you know, it's his showcase. So we'll throw him in slot 1. Hopefully we can get the super attack counter right here. You know, get that in the video. We've got support. We've got a lot of links active. So we should be looking really good. How much are we taking before we super? Okay, about 20k. So then after we super attack, I'm pretty sure that's double digits, right? Because, of course, you got to remember the 30% defense on super. 3.3 million attacks that. Yeah, this guy's damage. I don't know. I would expect it to be a little bit better considering, you know, it's a Vegito. I mean, I get he's 2 years old, but I don't know. Even 2 years ago, like, it's not really the craziest. So, all right, yeah, we are taking double digits. but we didn't get a super. Or we didn't get super attacked, excuse me. Is Super Vegito about to get supered? If he is, I don't know how well he's going to tank this. Well, okay, we got the double super. So that is a little extra defense right there, I'm pretty sure. Because doesn't he raise all allies' defense by 30%? So that does, of course, apply to himself. I'm pretty sure. I think. I know with Namek Goku it's like that. Okay, so just no super on this turn. Alright, well, still we got to showcase how much damage he was taking from... Or, yeah, for how much damage he was taking from normals. So, at least that. Alright, what we'll do is we'll throw Orange Piccolo in slot 1, or Power Awakening Piccolo. He's got the guard right here, so even though he's type disadvantage, he's going to be fine. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a 24-key super with them. But Piccolo does give an extra 3-key once he receives an attack, so they are going to get the guaranteed additional super. And, you know, they'll be looking good. 60k! Oh, wait, he doesn't have his guard. Yeah, no, he needs to have, is it bond of parent and child category allies? Or it might be superhero category allies as well. Not too sure, but yeah, no, he doesn't have his guard. Okay. Well, we got to build up a bit, so I think we're fine. Okay, I messed up just a bit. How much damage are we taking right here? 144k, alright. So even without guard, Piccolo is taking not that much damage. Well, that first attack, 60k, was a lot, but once you build up with him, he's fine. So yeah, Piccolo definitely should be good now because he has the, you know, the build up. He's built up a lot. I don't think he's fully built up, but he's like right there. And then, of course, we have the 20% damage reduction. And if we take enough damage, we could get 50%, but I don't think we will. And then, yeah, obviously, the Super Saiyan 4s are just going to go crazy right here. They're not going to kill. And then we can see how much Vegito is taking on the next turn. Hopefully, Omega, or Sin, I guess in this case, can super him. So then, you know, he can get the counter in the video. But not too sure we'll get that. Because not only do we have to get supered by him, but we have to actually get the 50% to proc. I probably should have brought a Scouter item. Didn't really think that one through. Well, if Shenron's just putting a lot of attacks in slot 1, we could just throw him in slot 1. Oh, okay. Alright. I'll just do this, so we won't get a super off. Even though I'm pretty sure Vegito's going to get some ki after he receives these attacks. But I think as long as we don't get a bunch of crits, we should be fine. Yeah, okay. As long as none of these crit, we're good. Well, how much damage? No, don't worry. Vegito's really bad. 2.4. That's so bad. 2.4, really? Like, oh, well, of course he crit. And, okay, and he got the additional. So, all right, yeah, we weren't going to be able to showcase Vegito there anyway. But, okay, the next time we see him, we're going to have type disadvantage. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. I don't quite think we're going to survive. I'll say that. We need to take, like, no attacks. And also, we're going to have the super attack counter to go off. But I guess we'll wait until he gets on rotation. So we're going to go ahead and pop the Gogeta's active skill right here. I do want to get this because don't really know how well the Super Saiyan 4s are going to tank because they did lose their guard. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this active. Alright, cool. So we should be fine now. Of course, LR Piccolo in slot 1. Absolutely, he's going to be fine. Gogeta is going to get the 18 key, and we got 1 Rainbow Key Sphere, so we are going to get 7% damage reduction. I guess if Gogeta gets supered, which, okay, he's not. How much are we taking from this? Okay, that was a lot of damage, but we're alive. I was going to say, if Gogeta gets supered, then he technically could dodge it as well. He's got the 50% chance to counter supers, which is interesting. I guess they just like giving Super Saiyan 4s super attack counters. I really have no idea why. I know both the LR Super Saiyan 4s have it from the 4th year anniversary. Both the Super Saiyan 4s from the 2nd year anniversary have it. Obviously, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here has it. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito has it. So, I don't know. I guess that's just the thing they like doing with Super Saiyan 4s. I mean, I'm not complaining. It definitely is useful. I just wish they'd make it maybe like a nullification instead of an evasion. So we can actually get it, like, no matter what. But it is what it is. I'll still take it, right? It's definitely very useful because, you know, it could come in pretty clutch, especially with units like this Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, who just will take so much damage from these supers. 100k, really? Alright, I mean, I know that Vegito isn't really all that crazy, but, you know, he's got type advantage. Alright, so anyway, right here. Ooh, okay, we're in a bit of a interesting situation. I'm pretty sure we're dead. So, we might as well just double down, throw him in slot 1. He's gonna die from this first attack, but whatever, I'll showcase it anyway. It'll be pretty funny seeing him take like 500k from this one normal. Alright, well, maybe this first attack is a super. We could dodge it. That'd work out perfectly. Alright, well, no, but 373k damage. That's a lot. Let's just go ahead and cut to the final phase and see how well he's performing in there. Alright, so we are back fighting Omega Shenron. And we got a pretty good setup right here. I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to nuke with him. I'm expecting a decent attack stat, but nothing too crazy because his attack stats haven't really been that good throughout the video anyway. But okay, so a full field of physical key spheres, that's pretty rare. So we're going to get that, and then we'll go ahead and pop the World Tournament Announcer item. We should be able to kill right here because Gogeta is also, you know, he's going to get a 24 key, and he's going to be looking pretty crazy. He has the extra 30% attack from the item. Now, this Gogeta could kill. I was referring to the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He could kill. But this guy might as well. I don't want him to, because obviously we're trying to showcase the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. So, okay, perfect. So no additionals, nothing like that. Well, he can dodge this, though. Okay, good. A little worried for a second there. I'm pretty sure we would have survived, especially because we got our super off first. So we got the extra 50% defense, but, you know, still, you never know. So, all right, we are at 8.68. Okay, I mean, you got to understand. You got to see where I'm coming from, right? We got 23 physical key spheres, and we did a World Tournament Announcer item. And we didn't even hit 10 million. Like, that's a little bad, you know what I mean? That's definitely not really the craziest. So, I guess what we'll do, yeah, we'll just throw Piccolo in slot 1. We'll put Vegito in slot 2. We should be able to kill really quickly here. And then we'll showcase on the next turn how Vegito is looking against the final phase of Omega Shenron. Because while we have type advantage, I don't think we're going to tank that well, though. I'm pretty sure we're still going to take like 50k per normal. But I guess we'll just have to see, right? Wait, so then if we get him on the next rotation and then the one after... Oh, wait, no, we're not going to have him for the super attack. Okay, so to get the counter in the video, we might have to like go out of our way, take him in the Legendary Vegeta event again or something like that. Okay, we'll worry about that later, though. Right now, let's just, yeah, I guess put him in slot 1. We're going to have 4 out of 7 links, 145k defense. Does our defensive stat go up with Sand Roar, actually? No, it doesn't. Okay, so, well, yeah, because we have, like, Fuse Fighter and Prepare for Battle and stuff like that. So, okay. Yeah, we'll keep him in slot 1. We'll go ahead and get the Tech Key Spheres with him, get the AGL Key Sphere with him, and then we'll get all these physical ones right here. So, all right, like I said, 50k per normal. That's my guess. It's a little bit more than 50k. And then a 2 point... Okay, don't worry. He's doing a 2.85 million attack stat. So it makes up for the, you know, 100k damage we're taking per normal. Okay, well, yeah, we did die, unfortunately. Even though we got the 30% defensive raise, we did not take double digits or anywhere near that. Actually, we took a little over 100k even after we supered. So, yeah, defensively, not really the greatest. I think with the double super... It would have been under 100k, obviously, but still, just not really that impressive. You're going to have to kind of rely on him, like, only taking a super and then dodging that for him to actually be working in these difficult red zone stages. And keep in mind, he had type advantage right there. So that was a pretty good setup for him. But, I mean, all right, with all that shown, I guess we can cut to when we get the counter off with him, just to get that in the video, because I do want to showcase that. You know, it's the Vegito showcase. And then we'll go ahead and cut to the unit breakdown and then call it a video. Oh my god, finally. Finally, thank God. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you might be thinking, like, why are you freaking out? It's turn 1. Keep in mind, this is turn 1 of my 3rd Legendary Vegeta event fight. Alright, so I have gone to turn, like, 12, 2 times already, trying to get this counter off. And that's the first time I've gotten it off. I said it earlier in the video, dude. Your luck will just randomly disappear when you're doing the showcase. Let's just cut to the unit breakdown, bro. This is a bunch of bull. Alright, here we have all-piercing fusion power, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, Xeno. So starting off with his leader skill, it is crossover, category key +3, HP attack and defense was 170%. So a pretty good lead, just 170% across the board to crossover. So if you don't have the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s, or I guess the God Trunks, and this guy is your next best lead. So I guess pretty solid there if you don't have those 3 options. And then his super attack effect is that he gets 30% defense for 1 turn and then causes immense damage to enemy. And then his passive is that he gets attack and defense plus 140%. He gives crossover category allies 1 key and 20% attack and defense. And then the same for grade 8 power category allies. And then he does have the high chance to evade enemy super attack and counter with tremendous power. And then that's it. So a very small passive, not a whole lot going on. He just has the start of turn attack and defense buff. He has the support right here and then the high chance to counter enemy super. So not a lot going on. It's kind of why it didn't really age that well. But in the right situations, he'll be good for maybe newer players or free-to-play players. But unfortunately, he only comes out like once a year. So he's not necessarily the most common unit that a lot of players are going to have in their box. So just overall, a very wonky unit. I do feel like they could have made this just a little bit better. But alright, his links are Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Fuse Fighter, Power Bestowed by God, Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Roar, and Fierce Battle. So a pretty solid link set considering who you're running him with. You know, Saiyan Roar and Fuse Fighter will make it to where he links pretty well with a lot of other like Super Saiyan 4 Gojitas, so that definitely is pretty good. And then his categories are Crossover, Dragon Ball Heroes, Patara, Last Resort, Grade 8 Power, Time Travelers, Kamehameha, Battle of Wits, Defenders of Justice, Time Limit, Fuse Fighters, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So alright, that has been the Dbz Vegito showcase. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this guy down in the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.